everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Saints going up against the Vikings.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. On first down, Rodgers. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And give him a gain of 37. Now the rookie from Oklahoma, it's Joe Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, last year, I'm not sure we saw very many of those runs, did we, from the Vikings? I mean, they had the poorest rushing attack in the league.
Just 75 yards per game, but carries like the one we just saw, that'll help bolster that average.
Yes.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Forbath out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The first NFL carry for Leonard Fournette. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now Keenum throwing on second. And Josh Hill has it. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. To throw on second down is Keenum. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
That's out to Hill, right side complete. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. Fresh set of downs here. Fournette on the counter. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Here's Keenum now on second down. This will be caught just inside the 10. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Leopard! Here we go now. Gone! All right, here we go.
On second down, here's Keenum. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they're throwing interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got Rome. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Rodgers now on first down. Buying time to his left. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And now it's second down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And an alley to run. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. But they've got a 3rd and inches coming up, trying to keep the chains moving. Mixon dancing away at the 30, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. Rodgers now on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far. And after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On second down, here's Keenum. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. On third and long, it's Keenum. He finds Roberts, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. From the red zone, it's Keenum. Flush to his right. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Paul Richardson, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. And that one makes it 14-7. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And that is incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and that'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Nice job there defensively on third down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Also over here.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's George Kittle, the rookie tight end with it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. That'll bring up second down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
319! 319!
They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out here in the eye. Here's a run with Mixon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And the Saints signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Forbath out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Saints coming out now to take the field.
And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Shotgun snap for Keenum. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Matt Bosher, 7th-year man from Miami, on to punt. Standing right on his own 5-yard line. With it is Jackson.
As soon as they hand a rookie his playbook, they say you better make your mark on special teams if you want to hang around. I'd say returning one for a touchdown will definitely leave a memory.
Yeah, that's a pretty indelible mark here early on in his career. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Stays on his feet. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Keenum to throw on 2nd down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Keenum on 3rd down. Looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
The final shot before half for Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit.
So we reach halftime here at our first Monday. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down, here's Fournette. And an alley to run. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throw with Keenum. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Stephon Anthony from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. From the gun, it's Keenum. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you thought you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Forced out to his left. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Now they run with Mixon. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The play clock's running down. Second down following the run. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They fake the give. Now Rodgers being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Following the flag, 1st and 20 now.
Check, no. 258! Reset. Hey, easy.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Reset. Hey, easy.
They'll run here with Mixon. Look at the spin. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Reed, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
And they're able to up the lead by one more. Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. Forbath out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now the Saints get set to trot out there.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. From the gun, here's Keenum. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a third down. Keenum going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
On first down, Rodgers to Mixon on the check down. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jamie Meter breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. On second down, here's Rodgers. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Taylor. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up with a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all.
The ball comes out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Watch 85, go 85. Over, over, over here.
Mixon. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. Now with his third touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Forbath out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They begin with a run by Fournette. Only able to get it to his own 20 after breaking through the contact. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Keenum. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Here's Keenum. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Now Keenum. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Stopped up shy of the 45 despite some pretty powerful running. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now it's Keenum. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Keenum, gotta have this one. And the pressure gets to him again. Grady Jarrett coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Forbath out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it. Because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again. It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better. But the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Got a man. It's the rookie Curtis Samuel. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Here we go.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Here we go.
Keenum now on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one's incomplete. 3 seconds left, and barring a penalty, this next play should be our last.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. One last throw for Keenum. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Antonio Brown can wreak havoc in so many ways. Here he's able to cause a PI penalty.
He runs at defensive backs with such speed and power. I think it creates panic on their end, and a lot of times they just reach out and grab him, and that's the result there, a pass interference call.
Now Keenum opting to back away from the line as he's going to take a timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. First and goal from the 8. One final try now for Keenum. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the